Hello,
Hello, how are you?
I'm good. We're on 36, is that correct?
On 36, correct.
Very good. Okay. Hmm.
Hello, Harold.
Hello.
How's
Let
it
me get you
going?
back up here. Oh, there
Hmm?
you are. Hi.
I unfortunately am doing some notes from the VA. I'm working.
Oh, okay.
You're gonna have to ignore me.
Okay. Yeah, that video was so interesting, wasn't it?
It is. I thought
I never knew any of that.
I neither did I. And in fact, I shared it today at Shul because I said, I think we put this thing on, and I think
Yeah.
each one of us should be obligated to see this because it's unbelievable. I mean,
Never knew how
Sandesh,
complicated
it's
it was.
unbelievable.
Yeah.
It's
What's so
beautiful.
complicated to make tefillin?
I think
Beyond
it is.
complicated to
Yeah.
make filling.
Yeah.
Not so easy.
Listen, but when you read that it takes 4 months just to
Right.
get the form right,
Yeah.
gosh. I must apologize. I have some stuff cooking from the hospital, so I'm going to be listening to you, even though I'll be shut up.
Okay. No problem, Bill.
Thank you.
We are on Lamed Vav.
Yep.
Amrav Chizda Sach ben Tfila Letfila Choizer Mavarech. You make a laniach tefillin before you when you put your arm tefillin on, and then al mitzvahs tefillin when you put the head tefillin on. If you were mafsik between, you spoke. Sach means you spoke between putting on the arm tefillin and the head tefillin. You have to repeat the bracha, meaning you have to say the lahaniach tefillin again, which implies sach in lo sach lo, which implies if you did not speak, then the one bracha of laniach tefillin would cover both the head, both the hand, the arm, and the head tefillin. Meaning, the Gemara's Havamina right now is that making two brachos is only when you speak between the two tefillins. So the Gemara says, but that doesn't, it's not so. Vashalach Rav Chia Breid Ravuna Mishmed Rav Yochanan, that lechatchila there are two brachos, al tefillah shel yad oimer, asher kedishanu la'niyach, and al tefillin shel rosh oimer, baruch asher kedishanu mitzvah tzvanu al mitzvah tefillin. So you always make a separate bracha. Now the lahaniach is always, the le is always done before you do something. The al is like on the completion. So this Havamina, so Rashi, the way Rashi, there's Machlokas Rashi and Rabbeinu Tam. Rashi learns that technically you only need to make one bracha, and not two. And Rabbeinu Tam learns you make two. And the Ramah Paskin, the Shulchan Aruch Paskins like Rashi, and the Ramah Paskins like Rabbeinu Tam. Ashkenazim, we make two brachas. Abai Rabbanar Tavai Lo Sach Muvar Chachas. Right? That if you didn't speak, you only make one bracha, Laniach, and it covers both. And Sach Muvar Shteim. We paskin like Rav Yochanan in the Avamina, like the way Rabbeinu Tam learns. Tana. Sach ben tefillah l'tefillin. Avera ribiyad of a chazor me orchei melchama. Speaking in between the two tefillins is so great that when the Kohen came to speak to Klal Yisrael before they went into battle, and he said, anyone who has, an Aveira and is fearful, this is an example that they would send people home if they had that Aveira. Tana. Kishu meniach shel yad. So when you put on tefillin, right, you first put on the armed tefillin. V'achar kach meniach shel rosh. Uchashu choletz, when you take tefillin off, choletz shel rosh, you take the head tefillin off first. V'achar kach choletz shel yad. Bishma kishu meniach. I understand why when you put it on, you put the armed tefillin on first. Meniach shel yad v'achar kach meniach shel rosh. T'chsiv ukshartem la'os hayadecha. The pasuk says, first tie a sign upon your arm, then put the totofos being, on your head. So the Torah tells you the order. And then where do you see from the Torah that the head tefillin should be taken off first? Amar Rabbah, Ravuna Asberli, Amar Akra, V'hayu l'totafot beininecha. Kol zman shebeininecha, as long as the tefillin are between your eyes, which means they're on your head, you use shtayim. You always have to have two tefillin, meaning the head and the arm tefillin. You always have to have shtayim. So therefore, you can take the head tefillin off first. Torah Rabbanon tefillin mehem asay mevarach alein. When can you start making a bracha on tefillin? So mishas hanachasa, when you put them on, which Rashi says when you can see your chavero midalad amas. So it's not alosa shachar is too soon. It's either 52 or 60 minutes before Netzach Chama is considered Mishiyakir. And that's when Zman Tefillin starts. He was out on the road early. And he's afraid. It means he leaves before dawn, before Alos HaShachar. It's 3 a.m. He puts on the tefillin because Misyari Shemayov, he's going to lose them. Right? Menichan, you can put them on while it's still light. Now when the time comes, meaning when Mishiyakir, Chavero, B'daldam, it's Mimashmesh Ben Varchalim. You touch the tefillin, you make the brachas. V'ad Mosai Menichan, when do you have to take the tefillin off? Ad Shetishka Chama, Shkias Chama, sunset. Rabbi Yaakov Omer, Ad Shetichla Regel Menashuk, 30 minutes later, right? The same day as Chanukah. Adzman Sheina, until you go to sleep, which is even later. Umoidim Chachamim, Rabbi Yaakov, but both the Chachamim and Rabbi Yaakov agree. It's after Shkia, and you took them off to go to the bathroom. Right? Let's say he took it off before, and then it's Shkia, or he took it off after Shkia. Everyone agrees once you take it off, you don't have to put it on again. Rav Nachman, Aloch Rabbi Yaakov, that Ad Shetichle Regel Menashuk. Rav Chizra, Rav Huna Matzli B'u B'urta. They would daven Ma'ariv wearing tefillin. However, Iked Yamein Aloch Rabbi Yaakov. You must remove them by Shkia. Rav Chizra, Rav Huna Matzli B'u B'urta. How did they daven at night? How who pliga? Because it was machlokes between Rav Chizda and Rav Nachman. Umiyam and Rav Huna Achi. that you can continue wearing your tefillin at night? V'amar Rav Huna, Sofik chashecha, Sofik lo chashecha. When it's ben hashmoshes, and we don't know whether it's day or night, lo choletz. You don't have to remove it, but v'lo meniach. But if you're taking them off, you don't put them back on. Havada chashecha. But that implies that you one shkia happens choletz. You have to take them off. So the Gemara says, "Hasum be'erev Shabbos itmar." That's not during the weekday. This is a Shabbos din. He held that you can't wear tefillin at Shabbos. You have to take them off when shkia hits. However, the Gemara doesn't understand Mike Sovar. Ik Sovar Laila's man tefillin. There's a debate whether you put on tefillin at night. So if you hold Laila is man tefillin, Shabbos time is man tefillin, because we're going to see they're learned from the same pasuk. Ik Sovar Shabbos loves man tefillin. Laila also is nami loves man tefillin. Where do we see this? The Meichad Mimayit Shabbos. May also be Matei Leilos. From the same place that we exclude Shabbos from putting on tefillin, we exclude night. The Tanya. V'shomarta es achuka zos l'moadam yamim yamima. Now, what is this chukah? It's machlokes. Tana Kama says it's talking about tefillin. Rabbi Kiva also is talking about the Korban Pesach. But according to the one that says it's tefillin, it says yamim. Yamim v'lo leilos. Day and night. Miyamim v'lo kol yamim. Only some days. Prat l'shabbosos v'yamim tovim. To exclude Shabbos and Yontif. Did Rabbi Yosef Glili. Rabbi Kiva Omer says this pasuk has nothing to do with tefillin. Lo yinemar chukah zeh el Pesach bilvad. So the Gemara asks, you see that Laila and Shabbos are from the same source. So how come Rabbah bar Rav Huna held that you put on tefillin at night, but you didn't wear them on Shabbos? So nafkale mehechad and nafkale Rabbi Kiva. He holds ein chanam, you can put tefillin at night. And the not wearing tefillin, Shabbos and Yontif, comes from a different source, the Tanya. Rabbi Kiva Omer Yachol Yaniach Adam Tefillin b'Shabbosos v'Yomim Tovim. I might think they should wear tefillin, Shabbos Yontif. Talmud Loimar, V'ayala os hayadcha u'lototafos beinenecha. Mi shetzrichin os. On a weekday, you need an os. Yatsu Shabbosos v'Yomim Tovim shehein gufan oisos. They are themselves an ois. And if you put on tefillin, you're showing that the os on Shabbos and Yontif is like deficient. So we don't wear it on Shabbos and Yontif. And therefore there's no exclusion for night. So Rabbi Rav Huna learns that there is tefillin at night. I'm Rabbi Lazar. That there is a positive commandment to only wear it in the day. So if you wear it at night, you're over the positive commandment. Rabbi Yochanan over balav. It's a lav with malchus, because it says v'shomarta. The word v'shomarta is like hishomer. Are we going to say that this machlokas lemer rabavin Rabbi Loi kamiflagi? Daravavin Rabbi Loi. Kol mokum shenemar hishomer pen ve'al. Eino elalosa said they're real lavs. And you're going to say Demar Isla Rab Avin. Rav Yochanan holds of this. Umar Leslie Rab Avin? Lo. Everybody holds that whenever the Torah uses Hishomer pen va'al, it's a lav. Mar Savar Hishomer de lav lav. If there's a Hishomer by a lav, then in a it's a lav. But the Hishomer da asay. But when the pasuk implies an asay, like Hishomer benegat saras, that's clearly a lav. But here it's more connected to an asay of wearing the tefillin in the daytime. So the Hishomer is an asay. While Marsa Hishomer da asay nami lav. If it says Hishomer even by an asay, it's considered a lav. V'am Rabbi Lazar, who says that it's only an asay, not a lav, to wear it at night. You violate an asay, im l'shmarna mutter. If you're worried that the tefillin is going to get stolen or lost or damaged, and to protect them, you wear them, you're allowed to wear them. It got dark, you put on tefillin. Are you doing it because you're watching them? In. And he said, yes. But boy. But I saw the way he was wearing it, it has nothing to do with Shmira. And somehow he held that Laila is man tefillin. So this is an example of halacha, but you don't publicize it. We're concerned that he's going to fall asleep. When you fall asleep, you pass gas, and that's bizoyan to the tefillin. But in essence, he held that Laila is man tefillin. There's a big nafkamina by women. If you say tefillin is only in the daytime, not in the nighttime, then tefillin becomes a mitzvah shazman grama. Women are potter. If you hold that Laila is man tefillin, then women are chayiv in tefillin. Because it's not a mitzvah that's tied to time. So why don't women put on tefillin? So in another place it says it's very hard for them to keep a guf naki, because you're not allowed to pass wind when you wear tefillin. And even today, we men should be wearing tefillin all day. The only reason we don't wear tefillin all day is because we can't keep a guf naki either. But we have a concept, we have to daven with your tefillin kriya shema, otherwise you're a liar. So we make, for a half hour, we think men can hold themselves back, not pass wind. But by women, they can't even do that. I wouldn't say it publicly, but that's the halacha. That we hold Laila is man tefillin, and technically women would be mechuyev. But there's a problem with guf naki.
Ernie, isn't there also a problem of kavana all the time? You're not allowed to think about other thoughts when you put on your tefillin.
Yeah, but primarily it's this issue of guf naki.
Okay.
Passing wind, shama yafiach, because we see that in halacha all over the place.
Yeah.
But you can't have hesach hadas. We're not on a madrega.
I'm afraid not.
No.
Maybe even for half an hour you're not on that madrega. That's the problem.
And so we are allowed to wear it for that zman. Torah Rabbanan Yadcha. I'm sorry. You got to touch your tefillin all the time while you're wearing them. And that's just that Walter was saying that because otherwise you're going to have hesach hadas. You're going to have your mind leave. So you got to touch them. And where's the source for this? Kavachomer mitzitz. The head plate that the Kohen Gadol wore. Matzit shein bo elas karachas. It just says, it said on that Kodesh LaHashem. So there was one name of Hashem. Amr Tor Vayal Mitzchot Tom. You have to wear it all the time. Why? Shelo tatzich daito b'menu. You shouldn't take his mind off of it. Tefillin sheyesh bahen askaras harbes. Allah has come v'kama. Tefillin has many names of Hashem. How much more we should not have hesach hadas. Rabbanan Yodcha zu small, right? When it says ukshartem laosal yodcha, it's referring to your left arm. Ata omer small en el yamin. Maybe it's your right. Talmud Omer af yodi yosto eretz v'yamini tipcha shamayim. He says my yodi, and then my yamini is the right. So when Hashem is talking, his yodi is left. Va'omer, another raya. Yodola yasei tishalachna. This is by Yoel, right? By Dvorah, when Yoel killed Sisera. So Shiras Dvorah says her yada, her arm, liyasei tishlachna. She stretched out her arm to the peg that she used to crash into his brain. V'yamina lahalmos amelim. And the right was for the hammer that she used. So you see again, the word yad refers to left. V'omer, another raya. Lama toshiv yadcha. Don't pull back your arm. We're talking about tefillin in Tehillim regarding Hashem. V'yiminecha mikerev chekecha kala. So in the same pasuk, yiminecha, which refers to the right, yadcha again refers to the left. Okay, we'll stop here. Tonight is a shiur by Rabbi Kirshner at Walter Feinblum's house at 8 o'clock. Tomorrow night we will learn Daf at 7 o'clock, regular time. And that's housekeeping for tonight.
Okay.
Go ahead.
By the way, you know, on the tefillin, you know, what does that say? That the Midrash said that HaKadosh Baruch Hu has tefillin. What's written in HaKadosh Baruch Hu's tefillin?
Mi ka'amcha Yisrael goyach hadoretz.
Yeah, you know that, Harold.
What's that?
That what's written in HaKadosh says, the Midrash says that HaKadosh Baruch Hu has tefillin.
Yes.
So by
what's
us,
that?
it's going to HaKadosh Baruch Hu, we say all that, right? But on HaKadosh Baruch Hu's tefillin, Shalosh doesn't talk about the yad. Says that it says Mika Amcha Yisrael.
Oh, I hope that's true.
Yeah, I hope so too. Okay.
All right, good night. Thank you.
Bye.
Good night. See everybody later.
Bye.